What's going on, everybody? It's been a hot minute. Hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. I was in North Carolina golfing badly. But welcome to another edition of Student Body Right. Let me change that at the bottom there. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. But welcome, all things college football, is the Student Body Right. I'm your host, Ryan Neff, here on the Cole County Entertainment Network and Goose Media. Spring games have been in full swing in college football. There is a shitload of games on this weekend as far as the spring games go. I'm trying to pull up the schedules here as we're speaking. Just to give you some breakdown in the SEC, Alabama, their spring program opened March 8th, and the spring game will be April 11th. Missouri had their spring game this past weekend on the 19th. Should have been actually Thursday. Just trying to give you some updates as to what spring games have been taking place as I scroll through the list here. I'm going down each conference. Clemson's spring program has been open since February 25th. Their spring game is on the 28th. That will be this coming Saturday. A lot of them are having their spring games in April. Excuse me. But I know a bunch of them had their spring games. We're going to have them this month. Saturday, April 11th seems to be the big day. Is when most of the teams. Friday, April 17th, there's a shitload. And Saturday, April 18th, there is a bucket load of spring games. Try to get some news and notes from around the world in college football. Excuse me. Allergies are kicking in really bad. Sorry. Ole Miss is going to launch a center devoted to risks and effects of gambling. This is reported by the Associated Press. I'll just read this verbatim from what they're saying here. The University of Mississippi on Monday announced the upcoming launch of its new Center on Collegiate Gambling, which researchers describe as the first of its kind in the nation amid rising national concern about betting on collegiate sports. You have to do a study about this? I said 5-6 years ago, and I'll keep beating it to a dead horse. When they opened up the Pandora's box of NIL and transfer portals, you can't put the lid back on Pandora's box, man. Just can't do it. The center was approved by the Institutions of Higher Learning Board of Trustees in February and will cost about $700,000 a year. Now, $700,000 a year to study about the risks of betting. Okay. It was conceived to study the heightened risks for college students and student athletes caused by the rapid growth of legalized sports betting and online gambling. Its founders said. Researchers said the center will now begin hiring staff. So if you want a degree in sports betting and the risks of it, they will probably start offering courses around the nation. IHL's approval of the center follows the release of survey results by University of Mississippi researchers showing that 39% of Mississippi college students gambled in a variety of formats in the past year. Of those who engaged in sports betting, 6% of Mississippi college students met criteria for problem gambling as defined by the American Psychiatric Association. Okay. So you're going to spend $700,000 a year to research the effects and the risks of students and sports gambling. Save the money. Save your 700 grand. Because it's not going to do dick. It's not going to do dick. Is the 800 number 1-800-GAMBLER? If you think you have a problem or somebody else has a problem, you don't need to do studies on this. It's not going to make a goddamn bit of difference. None. College football, March Madness, whatever it is. You're never going to stop it. With FanDuel and DraftKings and all the sports books, you're just wasting your time. As far as I'm concerned. Students are going to put in there, just FanDuel, DraftKings. You can make a 5-10 cent sports bet. 10 cents to win, I don't know, 20 cents. Some people are in the dough. They might bet $100 to win 200. I don't know. But you're never going to stop. So it's senseless. Oklahoma linebacker Owen Heineke is suing the NCAA for 2026 eligibility. Reported by Max Olson, Espen. He filed a lawsuit against the NCAA on Monday, seeking a preliminary injunction for an additional year of eligibility. Heineke has been preparing for the NFL draft since his waiver request and appeal were denied by the NCAA earlier this year. He is seeking an injunction ahead of the draft, which will begin April 23rd. Therefore, hence, Dusty and Ergo, if I don't get drafted, I would like to come back and play college football. OU fully supports Owen in his pursuit of a fair opportunity to continue playing the game he loves, Oklahoma Athletic Director Roger Denny said in a statement. We'll stand firmly beside him as he works to do just that. In the 22-page petition obtained by ESPN, Heineke's attorneys requested a preliminary injunction, but also seek to permanently enjoin the NCAA from taking any disciplinary, penal, or other action against Owen Heineke or the University of Oklahoma as retaliation for or related to such injunctive relief. It's just a lot of garbage, gobbledygook. I'm just going to read this verbatim. At issue in Heineke's waiver request with the NCAA was whether the linebacker was denied a participation opportunity with Ohio State's football program in 2021. Yada, yada, yada. So I'll have to keep an eye on this. Reported by the Associated Press, President Stupid has issued an executive order to protect Army-Navy broadcasts. President Stupid issued an executive order Friday barring the college football playoff and other postseason games from airing during the annual Army-Navy matchup in December. Okay. Oh, and this is quite interesting. Associated Press reporting. The NCAA approves changes to targeting suspension in one-year trial. Says for at least one season, a targeting penalty will no longer automatically take a college football player off the field for the following game, which is outstanding, by the way. Targeting penalty in the fourth quarter, and you have 10 minutes left of the game, you just don't play the last 10 minutes. For the 2026 season, a player disqualified for targeting for the first time in the season can participate in the following game. The trial rule will apply regardless of which half the targeting penalty is called. A player who draws his second targeting penalty of the season will be required to sit out the first half of the next game. Okay. Player who draws his third targeting of the season must sit out the full following game. Okay. Progress, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Curt Cignetti at the University of Indiana, he used to drive the pace car at the Indianapolis 500, the perks of winning a national title. Reported by Andrea Adelson Espin. Florida State kicker Connor McEnany has been arrested on multiple charges, unfortunately. He was arrested last Wednesday in Fort Lauderdale and is facing charges of battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence and trespassing. Not good. Keep an eye on that. I went over some of this other stuff before a couple weeks ago. Last week, David Cutcliffe retired as a special assistant role in the SEC. Yeah, so those are some of the major news and notes. I've been doing this on a week-to-week basis. Switch it up here a little bit. Last week, I believe I did the SEC schedule. The Sun Belt has also come up with their schedule for 2026. Week number 1, it's all out of conference stuff. Nothing really of major importance. Marshall plays Penn State, which might be an interesting game. It's in Happy Valley. That's September the 5th. Labor Day is late this year. I believe Labor Day is September I want to say 7th. Week number 2 in the Sun Belt Conference. Again, all out of conference. Some interesting matchups. Georgia Southern is playing Clemson at Death Valley. Old Dominion and Virginia Tech, which would kick off for Virginia Tech. I believe Old Dominion had beat them a couple years ago, but Virginia Tech would kick off the James Franklin era. Week number 3, again, a lot of out-of-conference stuff. Nothing major. The Sun Belt Conference is one of the conferences that still have an East-West. Just look at it, and it's funny. Yeah, they still have an East-West divisions. Still going through the Sun Belt Conference. Week number 2, Tulane and Alabama will square off, so that's an interesting one. So week number 3, a lot of out-of-conference stuff. UAB plays Louisiana. Charlotte plays App State. Ohio plays South Alabama. Week number 4, again, a lot of out-of-conference stuff. Although Louisiana plays Charlotte, FIU, Louisiana Monroe. Last year, James Madison, Old Dominion, and Troy were the cream of the crop in the Sun Belt Conference, and I would expect nothing less from those particular teams. Week number 5 in the Sun Belt Conference. They've only come up the schedule up through week 4, so they're still trying to finalize the schedule there. And some of the other conferences, I believe I've gone through the schedule, the key matchups that I think will be key matchups in the 2026 season. Some of the conferences, like the Mountain West, I think I went through the Mountain West earlier. Well, let's do it again. Let's go through the Mountain West Conference, their schedule for this year. The first week, again, it's all out of conference. I don't really see any tasty matchups. Although Wyoming and Colorado State, could be an interesting one. That's in week one. Week number two, again, week number two, it's a lot of out of conference stuff. We get to week number three, and again, it's a lot of out of conference. Week number four, again, a lot of out of conference. Air Force Nevada in the Mountain West might be intriguing. And then we get to week number five, still out of conference, although Navy Air Force Commander and Trophy game, Commander in Chief Trophy game. Really isn't until week six. And actually, I'm looking at it again here. Yeah, so they have not really set their in-conference stuff. They have all of their out-of-conference stuff set. But that's about it from what I'm seeing here as I actually go through the list. Yeah. They really don't have their in-conference schedule solidified as of yet, from what I'm seeing. I was looking at ESPN. And they came up with Dan Murphy, Max Olson, and Pete Thamel. Espen. Just trying to look over what it's saying here. It's supported by Bill Connolly as of yesterday from ESPN. What returning production looks like for the 2026 college football season. So they broke it down by percentage. So right now, Notre Dame ranks first on the returning production percentage. They have 72% of their production from last year coming back. Maryland, 71%. Nebraska Story was 69%. As Virginia Tech is fourth with 69%. And they just go down the list of the percentage of experience that's coming back. And they broke it down by conferences. The 2026 for returning production from last year, the Big Ten is 59.2%, SEC 58.2%, Big 12 56.7%, ACC, Pac-12, Conference USA, American, Mountain West, MAC. The Sun Belt has the least amount of experience coming back. They're saying most likely to improve in 2026, Notre Dame, BYU, and Texas. They have a lot of experience coming back. big time. Georgia, Oregon, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma. A lot of experience coming back. USC and Michigan, Washington. They're saying most likely to regress in 2026. Iowa State, a lot of turnover there with Matt Campbell going to Penn State. Memphis, South Florida, and North Texas. Remember, all three of them lost their head coaches. James Madison. A lot of guys transferred. Vanderbilt, of course, lose your quarterback, a lot of turnover. Iowa. Iowa has not a lot of experience coming back. East Carolina, not a lot of experience. So as we are heading into April, a lot of teams start wrapping up their spring program. So we will see. Just looking over some other stuff. Again, they're starting to break some down. This just kind of gets redundant. Field Yates has come out with his mock round predictions in round 1 and 2. I'm not going to bother with round 2. But his mock round draft predictions for round 1. He has Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. And I'm still not sold on that. I know it's probably almost 100% lock. But if somebody offers them a shitload of picks to get out of that number 1 position, I still think that could be done. In the second pick, he has David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, going to the Jets. With the third pick, the Arizona Cardinals, he has them taking Arvell Reese, the edge rusher, Ohio State. Fourth, Tennessee Titans, who I believe have a new logo on their helmets. He has them taking Sonny Styles, linebacker of Ohio State. In the fifth position, he has the New York Giants taking Caleb Downs, the safety from Ohio State. The sixth pick, he has the Cleveland Browns taking Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State. With the seventh pick, he has the Washington Commanders taking Jeremiah Love, running back, Notre Dame. With the eighth pick, he has the New Orleans Saints taking Reuben Bain Jr., edge rusher, Miami. With the ninth pick, he has my Kansas City Chiefs taking Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. I'm not sure how I feel about that. With the 10th pick, he has the Bengals taking Mansour Delane, quarterback, LSU. With the 11th pick, he has the Dolphins taking Francis Mayagoa, offensive tackle, Miami. 12th pick, he has the Dallas Cowboys taking Jermod McCoy, quarterback, Tennessee. With the 13th pick, the Rams, because the pick is from Atlanta, the Falcons, because they traded. He has them taking Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle, Georgia. 14th pick, he has the Ravens taking Spencer Fano, offensive line, Utah. 15th pick, he has the Buccaneers taking Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher, Miami. The Jets, with the trade from Miami, get the pick from Indianapolis, He has them taking Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver, USC. In the 17th spot, he has the Detroit Lions taking Caden Proctor, offensive tackle, Alabama. Dude's just a massive humanity. He's like 6'7", and weighs like 360. With the 18th pick, he's got the Vikings taking Dylan Thieneman, Tiananmen. Sorry, safety, Oregon. With the 19th pick, he has the Panthers taking Kenyon Sadiq, tight end, Oregon. Could be a good pick. With the pick from Green Bay to Dallas, he has them taking, with the 20th pick, R. Mason Thomas, edge rusher, Oklahoma. Good one. 21st pick, Pittsburgh Steelers, he has them taking Olavavega Ione, the guard, Penn State. With the 22nd pick, he has the Los Angeles Chargers taking Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety, Toledo. 23rd pick, he has the Eagles taking Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver, Indiana. With the 24th pick, trade from Jacksonville, Cleveland Browns taking Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle, Utah. 25th pick, he has the Bears taking Zion Young, edge rusher, Missouri. Proposed trade he has in here. Cardinals move back into round 1 with a trade with the Buffalo Bills. With the 26th pick with that trade, he has the Cardinals taking Ty Simpson. With the 27th pick, he has the 49ers taking Keldrick Falk, edge, Auburn. 28th pick, he has the Houston Texans taking Peter Woods, defensive tackle, Clemson. He's a good one. Kansas City with the 29th pick. Remember with the trade with the Rams, they have them taking Cassius Howell, edge rusher, Texas A&M. Defensive Player of the Year, SEC Defensive Player of the Year this year. 30th pick, Miami Dolphins with the trade from Denver. They have them taking Casey Concepcion, wide receiver, Texas A&M. The 34th pick, he has the Patriots taking Denzel Boston, wide receiver at Washington. And with the 32nd pick, he has the Seahawks taking Avion Terrell, cornerback, for Clemson. I'm going to end it there. It's almost 6:30. The business will really start to pick up with college football here in the next 3 months. We're 4 months away from media days for the conferences. And then we're literally 4.5 months away from when they enter summer camp for the fall season. I will see everybody at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock, early evening sports buffet with the Ginch here on the Cole County Entertainment Network and Goose Media. Are your brackets busted? I know mine was. I filled out a shitload. Not one of them came to fruition in the first round. They were all busted. I tried every different kind of combination. Didn't see Florida losing to Iowa. There were some surprises. There were some not so surprises. So we'll discuss that and much more when I see everybody at the top of the hour at 7 p.m. Right here in Cole County Entertainment Network and Goose Media. I will see everybody at 7 p.m. at the top of the hour. So enjoy your dinner.
Let's go.